Hello, hello, hello. I am Gepwin. This is Scrolls. I felt like playing a quick game. So far, most of my new decks have completely stunk. I admit that. It's on me. I don't have enough cards to make what I want, and apparently I'm not good enough at improvising with the cards I do have. So I decided to play through a game or two with my good old-fashioned energy deck that I know I can actually win some games with. Not completely. I know that I have half a chance with them. With this deck, I've won before. It's one of the only decks that I've consistently won it all with. And we're fighting a green, and it looks like a quick start green since he just got his Vader out very early. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can use early on, so I'm just gonna have to sacrifice and keep sacrificing. I want to try to keep my Overdrive because that's a good card for card draw, especially with green, if he's pure green. Don't know if it's pure green, but Overdrive's a good card against green with my card draw combo because green doesn't have a lot of direct damage cards, so even though this will damage my library, my Clockwork library if I get one out, it's not going to put it into a range where green can easily kill it with a one hit. So there's the Crone. I'm not too worried about the Crone because it's only a melee attacker in melee, and most of my attack is ranged, but I'm also designed to make the opponent kill themselves. So I'm actually going to get rid of this rigged, even though that could be useful later, but I don't have anything anything cheap to attach to right now. I'm gonna have to sacrifice next turn and get out my Hellspitter Mortar as a bit of a wall. It's a nice wall. I never really use it as an attack unit just because of the random number generation aspect. It can attack any hex on the board, and that's really difficult to control, and it's not really useful. But against something like green that's kind of a swarm deck, it becomes more and more. The more creatures they have on the board, the more likely it's going to hit something. And then I'm going to get out my Charge Coil after that and start doing some nice damage. Now I'm going to play this in the middle. He's attacking on the edges, which is usually a bit of a mistake, so I'm going to defend my center. I'm going to take the opportunity to defend my center since he's misplacing his units just a little bit here. Now, next turn I'm probably going to do a Charge Coil or a Scattergunner. Probably my Charge Coil, I can hit everything on the board potentially with my Charge Coil. The Scattergunner is a little weaker. And I also have these prox charges for... maybe I'll do my prox charges this turn. I can safely get rid of this Tick Bomb because he's probably not going to have that much that's going to attack. I think I'm going to use my Proximity Charge down here. Oh, that went exactly the place I didn't want it to go. I want it to go up or back. But now I've got a double wall going backward. And next turn, I'll be able to play my Charge Coil. But I'm just trying to wall up. That's the start of this deck, is to wall up really well and just get my larger damage things out later on. Now I really want to get my Charge Coil because he's got so many weak things on the board right now. The Charge Coil is going to be really useful, especially if it starts taking out these Vaders, because that'll take away some of his energy. Now with the Brother of the Wolf, it's likely he's going to keep summoning wolves. He probably has some wolf synergy in this deck, which is going to get a little worrying if I can't kill it off. So I'm going to put up the Charge Coil. I need to sacrifice something. I actually think I'm going to sacrifice my Gun Automaton for cards right now. Then I've got the Encumbering Bonds, which means I can kill off his wolf creature pretty easily. I've got to see what my Charge Coil attacks next turn. Now, right now I'm at kind of a weird position because I need to start getting a Scattergunners or things out. Oop. That was he's starting to rush me down, which is worrying because I don't have enough out right now to do much about it. I could use an Inferno Blast here and get rid of... Yeah, I'm gonna use an Inferno... 3, 4, 5... Let's sacrifice the Tick Bomb and get 5. Then I'm going to use the Inferno Blast here to get rid of one of his Vaders and make this wolf susceptible to a one-hit kill. So now I have two things that I could kill with my Charge Coil. Unfortunately, there's not much else I can do right now. Good, it took out his Vader, which is very good for me. So now he's down by 2 mana, and I'm up by 1 more than he does. So he was able to take out one of my idols fairly quickly, but that doesn't worry me too much because I'm still pretty well walled in. Now I've got to do something about this wolf. Now I can get rid of this tick bomb. Encumbering bonds only does 2 damage to an attacker, so that's not that helpful against the mangy wolf here. I think that I will Encumbering Bonds him, because anything that I can get down to 1 health is susceptible to my Charge Coil. And then I'll put out a Scattergunner. I want to put the Scattergunner out and back because he's fairly weak. He's only got the 2 health, and pretty much everything that he has on the board could kill it. Good, that was lucky. Now this mangy wolf is going to die when he attacks, unless he has some way to boost its health. Right now we're both down to 1 card. This is much more of a problem for him than it is for me because green is usually so focused around getting the creature swarm out. So I'm going to sacrifice my rigged for cards, which gets me a useless contraption and a concentrate fire that I can use on my Scattergunner later on. That's all I can do this turn. I could use an overdrive on either of these, but they're much more useful alive. I don't want the constant damage coming from the overdrive. So let's see what he does. I'm probably going to have to sacrifice whatever comes out next. Depending on what card I get, I'm probably going to have to sacrifice it for cards just to keep my draw going. Hopefully I'll get a library soon. I've got 2 Clockwork Libraries in this deck. And that gives me a nice amount of card draw with this overdrive I've been saving. Alright, now that was unfortunate that he was able to get rid of that so easily. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 7. So I think I'm going to... Yeah, I'm going to move my Scattergunner up and use Metal Heart and Concentrate Fire, which is a teeny bit of a waste, but it's going to kill off his big threat there and do quite a bit of damage. Yeah, not an optimal play, but I think it was my best choice at the moment. Now, unfortunately, he's going to be able to kill off my Scattergunner. Oh, he's not going to kill my Scattergunner? No, unless he has something to boost this wolf, he's not going to be able to kill my Scattergunner this turn. Now I can move him back behind the wall. I'm not in a position that I want to be, but I'm not in that weak of a position either. Yeah, so he is going to kill my Scattergunner, and he's going to kill off this wall. So now I'm in a much weaker position than I'd like. He's just got so many wolves. Hopefully I can get one of my board clearing cards, or something with a little bit more of a clearing capability. Just my Dust Runner. I'm going to sacrifice him for cards, and let's put out a Charge Coil. Next turn I can get an Iron Ogre out. Unfortunately I'm getting pretty close to death. I don't have a very good wall built up. So depending on what he has in his hand, I could die fairly quickly. This has 7 damage right there, so next turn this can kill that idol. And he's going to get his attack in this turn. I hate wolf decks. Unfortunately my wall in just did not go well this game. Let's put out my ogre, use him as a bit of a wall. And then I can get a scatter gunner. Hopefully this will start taking things out soon. When he has this many things on the board, it's much more likely that your Hellspitter is going to actually hit something. So I'm not completely out of it yet. I'm not too discouraged. I am a little bit, because I'm getting pretty close to getting killed here. But this deck is good at walling in. Now unfortunately that was most of what he needed to kill me. Yeah, I'm one turn away from death. We're gonna have to see what I draw. It's gonna be all about what I get out of this draw here. Another Iron Ogre, which is probably not enough to keep me alive for that long. I need one of my board clears. My one shock, big shock card could take out all of this. He's just got so many wolves. If he draws his, I'm blanking on the name. If he draws his white wolf, I'm screwed, because that would get a plus 7. So this turn he's ready to attack, which is gonna be a bit of a problem. I'm gonna sacrifice this Ether Pump. So I have an Encumbering Bonds, which can kill off one of these. And then I'll put out a Scatter Gunner here. He can probably find a way to kill me this turn with this many things on the field. Thankfully that did take out one of his Brothers of the Wolf, which is pretty good. That was a pretty good hit for me, lucky hit. And then I've got my Cannon Automatons that I can start putting out. So I am getting a little luckier with my draws right now, but I'm still in a very weak position. Which is unfortunate. But we'll see how much momentum he can carry forward. If I can survive, if I can keep surviving his wolf attacks, I might be able to just continue to wall up, get my big creatures out. So I'm not dead yet. Not dead quite yet. I am close. So that's 5 damage to my golem. He's going to kill off my Hellspitter this turn, and he's going to get this idol fairly close to death. And the Kinfolk Brave is going to become a problem. And 2 of them is an even bigger problem. Just got to see what I draw. So far though, it is killing off some of his wolves. I am killing off some of his wolves. This Destroyer could be useful. I'm gonna get some card draw. Got another Ogre. That Ogre will be helpful. And right now that's all I can do. I'll start putting out some automatons later. This is all about what I draw and what he draws. Thankfully I've gotten rid of some of his wolves. I've thinned his ranks a little bit. But I'm not in that strong a position. He is in a much stronger position than I am, though my Ogre does get to attack next turn. As does my Scatter Gunner, so I can start taking out some of his creatures. These Kinfolk Braves are going to be a real problem. I need a way to take them out. Well, this Ogre gets to attack. Which will do quite a lot of damage. If I double his power, that's going to make him a 14, which would kill this. That Ogre is pretty much dead anyway. I don't know if it's worth it. Let's sacrifice this Overdrive and see what I get first. Alright, so let's put out my Proximity Charge here, which will kill one of his kinfolks. Let's move the Ogre back and put out another... Let's put a useless contraption out here. Well, this guy is dead next turn, but putting the Magnapack on him would do no good at all. So I think that's what I'm going to wind up doing, is just attacking and saving these. It did clear out his ranks a decent amount. I've got my proximity charges up. which is going to protect my ogre. It could take out one of his kinfolk braves, depending on what he manages to do. Oh, he found a way to kill me. That's unfortunate. He had a trump card. Oh well, I was actually doing pretty well. If he hadn't had that trump card, I think I would have been able to win that one, maybe. Yeah, I'll keep working on this deck, hopefully get more cards. If I can't win, you can't get cards. That's the unfortunate thing with this game is if you're having trouble building a good deck, you can't get the cards to build a good deck. I know that's kind of a... I don't know, I think that's a bit of a problem. I need a better crafting or trading system, really. Because I've got quite a few cards that I can't use, and I need a better system to trade or craft or do something. But anyway, I'm done griping. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was a little entertaining for you to watch me get crushed again, because that does happen a lot. I've been Gepwin. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.